The Lenoir Bears, the 8th-ranked team in the country and the top team in the South Atlantic Conference, visited Pioneer Field this past Saturday. 400 yards of offense were held, though, to 38 points on the day. To offense that is in the top 5 in their total offense, also in the top 5 in their scoring offense, and Jerry Odom's defense was definitely challenged. Welcome into the Pioneer Football Show. He's Jerry Odom. I'm Brian Staten. And a Pioneer team, though, you like these situations because I think you like the challenge, the chess mix. And I think when I talked through the week with you, I learned a little bit more about how you have to be spot on against a team that can go tempo in a wing T style of an offense. And I think Drew Cronic has caught lightning in a bottle with Lenoir Ryan just a little bit, some of the talent that he inherited, and has really enveloped a great system there at the school. Great challenge for your team. You come up just a little bit on the shorty.
Yeah, Drew's got a good culture going on over there. He's a good football coach. I understand what they're doing, I think. I have a pretty good understanding, but it's just hard you can't make a mistake. And we come out in the second play and make a huge mistake. We get, David's out, so we played a safety at corner that had played some corner previously just because we wanted a bigger body, and then he just takes his eyes and just gets run by. I just a busted coverage, and then all of a sudden we get a fumble. So now there's another 20-yard drive and a penalty on top of that one. It kind of was the same thing as Wingate, where all of a sudden you're down 14-0 before you can breathe, and we got to learn to start faster. We got to stop the dumb penalties on special teams. We had 5 15-yard penalties, and now when you go back and look at some of them, there's probably one or two that I said, okay, we can't do that. That's very dumb. Then the other ones are close. They're effort penalties that we're giving great effort, but we just got to play maybe a hair smarter or maybe get a better call. That's just sometimes you hope that doesn't happen at home, but sometimes it does, and you just got to keep working through it, and you got to keep battling, and hope that at some point in time, the worm turns, because our guys have not quit.
Right.
They are playing extremely hard. They're giving everything they got. They still know that there's not a game on the schedule left that we can't win, and we got a lot of football to play. 5 more games of football. We're just halfway through the season, so we talked on Sunday about, hey, first half, we're not even going to act like it existed. We're going to go 5 games, second half of the season. We're going to try to be the best team we can be moving forward, because that's what these seniors deserve. Yeah. That's what this program deserves, what the school deserves. And we're going to give our best effort every single day that we go out there. And I think we have. I like our kids. That I love them, actually. I care about them, and they're playing extremely hard. We've had a really rough schedule, and we hadn't been able to come out on top. A lot of that's our own fault. I'll take responsibility for that. And and then we've fought through a lot of injuries. Hopefully we can start getting a few of those guys back. I feel a little bit bad that we're not running the ball quite as well, but I think the offensive line hadn't had the same starting lineup yet this year.
Right.
And I think it's hard to get continuity. It's hard to build that continuity when you go through something like that. So what we've got to do is just be able to keep pushing through, and I told him, I said, this is a great life lesson for you, that we're going to push through, and we're going to find a way to still be successful. We can make this still a successful season. We can still be over 500 if we do, if we can find a way to run the table here, and I don't see why we can't. We got to start one day, practice today, practice tomorrow with Wise. They're a good football team too. But they're a little bit the same thing we've gone through, so we got to go one play, one game at a time, and just try to build some momentum.
Pioneers fall to the Bears 38-14. We talk so much about their offense. Their defense also very good. We'll have 22 plays. Let's take a look at your highlights just to tell the story of this game and the quick start that the Bears got out to. And again, the second play from scrimmage, 54-yard touchdown.
Yeah. That was just a busted quarters. I don't even know what to say. Got the old my bad. Coach, I messed up. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Strength of LR, their defensive front, their defensive line. Again, they get a strip sack and they get the short field. Again, that's what built and led to a very quick deficit.
Well, when you take a team like that, we get a bull rush against us. Joaquin get his arm hit. I think we get a penalty here too, and then we just missed the tackle. We had a chance right here. Chris Matthews is free. He just kind of misses the tackle right there, and they were able to punch it in. So now they're up 14-0 before we can sneeze. And then we come back. They get another short field, but we cover 2 blitz them on third down. I thought we did a good job on third down
call.
for the most part.
Yep.
I think they were 7 of 18. You know, there was a couple third downs that hurt us that they made, but we kept battling and kept coming through. So we keep it at 14-0 to that point. Come back, you know, we're able to hit a little dig there. Can't move the ball anymore. Punt, you know, punt. They have to punt the football. I thought we did a really nice job on the jet sweep, the down G, and things of that nature. And then the bootleg here, I thought we, you know, strung it out really well, covered it all the way down the field. You know, again, you take away about 4 plays, and we played really well on defense, honestly. Tried to, you know, had a little cover 2 concept on here. Got a little pressure in his face. He missed it, got off the field again there. So, you know, we're kind of back in it, playing pretty good. And then we have a chance to get Torrey Ponder one-on-one right here on a post. And a little bit behind him, but great play by Torrey. And this obviously got us back into the game at this point. And, you know, so I'm feeling a little bit better about it. You know, and when you're playing LR, they're so good at doing the little things right. So they got, you know, this is a couple series later, I think they get a short field, again, like a 40-yard field, hit us on a reverse,
Right.
Get all the way down there, come back, run the counter. We kind of bowed our necks there. I think they only took the field goal right there after a big play. Come back down. Really do a nice job there on the coverage, get a coverage sack. Ashton Watson gets a sack right there. I think we had 3 sacks for the game.
Which are the first 3 of the year against the LR
Oh, is
Bears.
that right? I didn't know that.
That was the first sack, what we just saw, the first sack.
We hit them plenty. This was a big play. They called pass interference on Nick Jackson when he's running with the guy on the pipe. I couldn't see it. It's hard to see. I can't. The film didn't show it good enough.
Right.
But he was running right with him. I don't know why I felt like they bailed him out a little bit. That guy was getting hit as he threw it. He just threw it up. That was a huge play in the game because now it's, you know, we're in the game. We get a, you know, ball back, and then they come back and they hit this one. We got to stick with it. And I think this is later on in the game where they called targeting right there on Isaiah Brown. And I don't really understand that targeting play. I'm trying to get them to relook at that so he didn't have to miss the first half because I think that was tough. Did a really good job on a combination blitz here. We were man on one side and cover 2 on the other. Right here, come around, and we were able to get him hit and then make him miss a field goal here. You know, the thing, like I said, we had a long talk at halftime because we were down quick. And I said, we're either going to go out and be who we are and keep playing and keep busting it, or we're going to, have it, let them just score at will. And I thought in the second half they scored 7 points. They kept their starters into the middle, almost the end of the 4th quarter. So I felt like, we came back and battled, and that's all I could ask.
You show a little life here for the offense as you come in with Weezemore comes in and just start clicking off 14, 15-yard pass plays.
Yeah, Weezy did a really good job. Weezy understands the offense, hits the RPO off the backside right there. We did some good things with Weezy. Picked the blitz up right here. Nice throw and catch, I think, out to Torrey for a first down right here on a 3rd and 7. Get about 20 yards there. I want to say come back to the backside right here and throw the dig in there again to Torrey Ponder. He was having, Torrey's a really good player. We got to just keep getting him and AJ the ball. We got playmakers. We just got to be able to get the ball to them in different ways. Come back here, Chavis Williams gets a slant right here. Really good throw by Weezy there. So like you said, we're going right down the field, and sometimes, we've got to get, Weezy may get his chance this week. We just got to see how they practice. Come back through the sail route right here off a 3-5-9 combination route. Really nice throw there. And I think we come back and hit Jake Moss on the bender right here between the quarter safeties for a touchdown. So then we come back and, stop them again, try to get it onside. I was trying to get them the ball back a couple times. I knew we couldn't win the game, but I wanted to make it maybe 38-21 or something. Just keep playing. And that's the positive. We didn't play well enough to win. Ain't no doubt about it. They whooped us. Congratulations to them. But I felt like we competed and we didn't quit. And I think I've got the kind of kids that aren't going to do that. They're not going to fold their tent. We're going to get better each week. We're going to keep competing.
We talk about the offense for LR. Yes, 400 yards of offense in the game. They did hold Tusculum to 234 yards. I think what gets lost in the whole translation is that you got a guy like Kyle Duggar on the back
Yeah.
end of your defense, and a defensive line led by Dan Luba and Jaquan Artis, who are up front that are creating so much havoc. What we saw a lot of times, and we didn't see in the highlights some, is how many times those two guys up front would force us to not have any running lanes in the game.
They whooped us up front. I mean, their defensive line just whooped us. There's no other way to say it. And, we're playing 2 true freshmen in there, and those guys battled. They gave you everything they got. And then a couple backup guys. We had to move around a little bit, but they're good up front. The last 2 teams we've played, Wingate and LR, are really good in the defensive line. I think when you're good up front, I think we're pretty good up front. You know what I mean? But I think when you're good up front, then you're going to be pretty good. And then when you got an eraser like a Kyle Duggar in the back end that looks like a defensive end playing safety, that's also a good thing too. I think that they've done a really nice job. I think he'll tell you walked into some talent, but I think they brought in some talent too. And I think Drew and his staff do a very nice job with what they've got going. The kids play hard. They're tough. They're physical. And that's the kind of, game that we want. You know what I mean? But I think it's one of these things where we've got to just keep trying to get better, keep working harder, trying to get better at what we're trying to do.
And some notes in the contest as well for the Pioneers. The 80-yard pass play for a touchdown, 10th longest in school history. Our first 80-yard play since 2015, or 80-plus play on offense. Of course, we did have the 93-yard kickoff return for a touchdown this year already. Some of the other news notes for this Pioneer team against the LR Bears. An LR team that has started off now 6-0, which is the third time in school history they've at least gotten off to that type of a start. The Pioneer football team that becomes one of the first that holds them under 40 points this season. Just shows you the offensive firepower that the LR Bears did have. First time that the LR Bears were sacked on the year, and they were sacked 3 different occasions on this afternoon, and all by the starting quarterback in the game as well. So some news and notes about the contest. Some news and notes next week. Pioneers go on the road. They'll travel to Wise, Virginia. We'll take on the Cavaliers. We'll talk about that when we return after this.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsоncitytoyota.com.
Back into the Pioneer Football Show. Brian Staten with the coach, Jerry Odom. Another news and note on the LR game. Torrey Ponder, a career best 131 yards receiving, becoming one of those go-to guys that you're talking about, really needing to get the football to. He and A.J. Bellinger. All right, so it's Dane Dameron's UEA Wise Cavaliers, and I still laugh at it because I can hear you saying it. We may have sent football back about 50 years.
The first game.
The very first game that you played here. So that's our first opportunity since then to take on the Cavs, the new member of the South Atlantic Conference.
Sure.
They're hungry. This will be a big game. This will be their Super Bowl.
Well, for us too, it better be our Super Bowl. I mean, the way we look at it is they're a little bit like us. They've played Tennessee Tech for a money game. They've gotten beat by Carson Newman, by LR. So, I think Mars Hill was a relatively close game. I think it was a 21-14 game with them. And they beat Chowan. So, I mean, I think it's a situation for them where they're a solid football team that's played a pretty good schedule, and I think they're a little bit like us in that way. They've got some things that they can try to build on, and we've got to go play our best, our absolute best, to find a way to win the football game. They like to throw the ball. They'll be out of 10 and 11 personnel a good bit, sometimes in 12. They've played 3 different quarterbacks. I don't know whether they've gotten a guy hurt because of the schedule they played or whatever. They've got a couple big receivers. They're nice-looking kids, an active tight end. Defensively, a lot of man-free, play some odd and some even front. Do a good job. They're a well-coached football team, very solid in what they try to do. So we'll have to play our best, and we got to get rid of these silly penalties and all this kind of stuff. So we need to work very, very hard on doing the things that we need to do to be the best the best TU football team,
Yeah.
and not worry about the other things that go with it. We got to game plan well this week. We got to practice well this week. I tell them all the time, you got to be the best team Tuesday through Thursday. And that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try our prep days. We're going to be the best we can be this week. Do some good on good, a little bit of going against each other, a little bit of everything else. But we're going to keep trying to work hard.
UVA is a good fit for the South Atlantic Conference,
Absolutely.
the newest member here. The difference with them and anybody else, the only public institution
That's right.
in the South Atlantic Conference, but still a good fit into the South Atlantic Conference as well. All right, our coverage on the Pioneer Sports Network this coming Saturday begins at 12 o'clock. We'll kick off at 1 o'clock from Wise, Virginia. One of the last times I was there, 1998, played at the high school field. It was concrete press box. My toes were frozen. I felt like I needed to have them amputated.
I don't think they'll be
at the
frozen
end.
on Saturday. It's supposed to be 70 degrees.
Yeah, it's
Very
not
nice.
bad. But they have a much nicer complex, too.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a much nicer thing. Got heat and everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. If we need heat, air conditioning would be fine, too.
That's right.
We get that, because they have that, too.
That's good. Always good.
He's the coach, Jerry Odom. All those thanks behind the scenes this week. Big special thanks to Zach Hartle and Trey Hinton. Thanks to Dom Donnelly, Jim Miller, Jessica Biggers, and the staff. Oh, and by the way, Nick Forsberg is back. He went to a very sunny island, but he did not come back with the suntan. So I have no idea. What in the world is
He's
going
still
on
white
with
as a
that?
ghost. Okay, well,
It's Tusculum at UVA. It's next Saturday.
good sunblock.
Thanks to everyone. I'm Brian State. Until next week, go Pioneers.